And for Spain's auction today, yield 3-year low, yet the economy is sinking deeper into the mire. When does that disconnect start to reconnect?
Well, I think there are two things. First of all, we're going to look longer than just the current soft patch to think about Spain's debt sustainability and its economic prospects, but they of course are not good. But the other thing that this goes to the heart of is, what are Spanish government bonds? Are they still seen by investors as a reflection of credit, or are they seen more as a government bond market as we think of the US Treasury market or the gilt market or the Bund market, as something that isn't really a credit instrument but is more of a duration instrument?
So you're saying that maybe Spain and other peripheral countries are being seen more in terms of core bonds, how they've been seen in the past. That's quite a shift.
Well, it is a shift, but you see it in the rising correlation of bond yields versus swap rates in Spain and Italy and so on. And of course, you've seen it really since July of last year, when the ECB announced its OMT program. And the question is, what is the OMT? If it is really a central bank backstop to a government bond market, then to what extent do you have to be concerned about the credit of that sovereign? And to what extent, as I say, should you think about it being much more, this is a duration instrument, like other duration instruments, but of course, compared to the core and semi-core, with a still pretty hefty yield pickup?
Oh yeah, 4.6, 4.7%. We spoke earlier this week to the head of the Italian debt management office, Maria Cannata. She seemed to strongly suggest that Japanese investors are prepared to pile into Italian debt. Is that something that you're seeing at Morgan Stanley as well?
Well,
and Spanish bonds, for that matter.
I think for sure there are Asian investors who, having gone early into the semi-core countries this time last year, have been looking to see whether or not it makes sense to go into Spain and Italy as well. I guess the question, in a sense, is because of this, the recent QE decision by the Bank of Japan, will Japanese investors be, as it were, squeezed out of the JGB market and move more into foreign markets? This is something we've done quite a lot of analysis of, work on, and I think the effect of QE in Japan crowding Japanese investors abroad should not be overstated. We've looked at it. We think that on net, if you think about, there are three big classes of investors in Japan: the banks, the life insurance companies, pension funds. The banks don't really have that issue. They don't have to sell their JGBs and buy foreign bonds.
But life insurance companies do.
Exactly so. I think for life insurance companies, we reckon they could move 2 to 3% of their portfolios into non-yen bonds as a result of this BOJ action. That's probably $60 to $100 billion, which is not a huge amount in the context of the global market.